Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Ready to Love Season 5, Episode 11. We probably can get this review done pretty quick. I just got done watching the episode. I know the review is late. They have been late the past couple of weeks. It's just been, my life has just been really very busy, and I'm trying to make some adjustments. And then with the holidays, it kind of just all compiled on one another. So again, my apologies. You guys know I always have to apologize for that. But yeah, just getting into the review. I have some thoughts about Ready to Love in general that I'm going to save for the end of the review. But, let's just talk about some of the smaller things and then we'll get to the heavier topic, which is Shiloh and Phil. So one of the people that I think I was impressed by the most in this episode, surprisingly, and some of you might disagree, was Frank. I thought that Frank did really good with the parents. I thought he did really good with Sydney's sister. He did not fold under pressure, and I really did like his level of honesty. Whether or not we respect it or whether or not we agree with what Frank is doing, I like the fact that he met up with both of them and was honest about the fact that there was another woman that he was also interested in. And I also love the way that Mewman and Sydney handled the fact that there are other people that he is interested in. So I was impressed by, I guess I would say all three of them, but I really do appreciate Frank's honesty in that. Now, getting to Frank and Mewman's parents, hilarious. They came in full garb. It was her uncle, her dad, and her older sister. They are Cameroonian. I think I'm saying that right. Just seemed like great people, but somebody did not tell Mewman's dad that this was not Married at First Sight. I really do believe her dad thought that this was like he was about to ask for her hand. I don't think he understands how the premise of Ready to Love work. Even the uncle said, well, he telling us about this other woman because that's how the process works, apparently. And that daddy was looking like, oh, well, shoot, didn't nobody tell me. I thought Mewman was finally getting off my dime and and on with this young man. But the date still went fine. The sister, you know how sisters are, honey. Like, she was just like, I don't understand you being interested in another woman, because it's just like, who else, honey? Who else would you choose? But your older sister is always going to think like that. I would think like that about my younger sister, and I'm sure my older sister would think like that about me. So, yeah, you definitely will feel that way towards your siblings. But Mewman says, like, this is the process, you guys. I just wanted you to meet Frank, and I wanted you to tell us where we were. And in the confessional, Mewman says she is anxious about what Frank is going to do, and she's ready to know. And this is the point that we always get to at the end of the show. But she still does understand that everybody is going through this process. She's just ready. She's just ready for some decisions to be made so she can know where she needs to go with it. And I totally understand that. But it was fun. I enjoyed watching them on camera. Frank says he does not go by his African name, his birth name. He goes by Frank. I don't know if Frank is a middle name or a name he just gave himself, but that's always interesting to a lot of people. A lot of people do not understand, especially I did not understand this for the longest. Why wouldn't you want to go by even though you're first generation here, why wouldn't you want to go by your name? But I have some really close Hispanic friends and some friends from the continent as well, of Africa, who have kind of broken stuff down to me and explained stuff to me. There are some parents that come here and want you to assimilate, and then there's some parents that come here and want you to stay as much within the culture as you can. It really just all depends. But I know to us, to Black people, to African American people, it's just wild because we try to, I know me. Let me speak for me. Let me not say all African American people. I like to try to hold on to all of our cultural traditions and beliefs, and it doesn't matter how big or how small people see them. I like to hold on to them because so many things have already been stripped. So it's wild to me that you wouldn't want to hold on or see certain things as near and dear. But I guess it's different when you have a whole country that you can go back to and immerse yourself in, if that makes sense. But yeah, y'all chime in on what you think about that. I'm always interested on hearing people's thoughts about that kind of thing. But yeah, I enjoy watching them on camera. Frank does admit that Mewman has a lot of the qualities that he would like long term. They're both African. They both have those same family beliefs and traditional beliefs and similar cultural beliefs. And so that would really work for him probably in the long term. But Sydney got the body, Sydney got the look. Sydney is fun. Sydney's like, I guess like he didn't say it, but maybe she's like a right now type of person. He knows he can have a really good time with her right now. And he likes qualities about her too. When he meets with her sister, the sister is, you can tell she's not really feeling it. She kind of sees Frank as somebody who says the right things, but is not really sure. And maybe they would be better as friends. And even Sydney is starting to see that now. She was irritated when Frank was trying to like hold her hand and stuff and tell her like, I'm trying to go through this process to the end. And I'm really trying to see, but it doesn't mean I don't want to spend time with you. She was looking at Frank like, but she's even starting to see that maybe they are a lot alike, and are they going to be better in the friend zone? So that remains to be seen. Who else? Sabrina and Walter. I'm going to try to get this all done in one take, y'all. Sabrina and Walter. I like Sabrina with short hair only. I did not like the long hair in the confessionals, but I know we always trying something different. I know how we do. I am scared that Sabrina is losing the confidence that I saw her with in the beginning. I don't want her to lose that in herself. I like that the friend was asking a lot of questions that even we've had about Walter. He said himself, and Sabrina's noticed that his mates tend to be some years younger than him. And so it makes sense that she might be a little worried that maybe she's not his type. And maybe that is what he normally likes to date. I've had that feeling before, and it is a weird feeling. I just, if you prefer to date younger, I would just rather you do that. Like, don't try me out, child. Excuse me. Do not try me out. But he does say that his wife would be the same age as Sabrina, had she not have passed on. So this is what he would be looking at anyway. Now, I know what he was saying, but it sounded weird. Like, yeah, she'd be old anyway. So, don't mind me. But Sabrina's a very good looking woman, period. Whether we talking about age or not, I think she's a very good looking woman. She keeps herself up very well. And I think she needs to remain confident in that no matter who Walter chooses. Because like I always say, even if you do choose younger man, younger woman, everybody, we all gonna get there. Okay, we all gonna get there. And it's all just a matter of time. And the only option is to just keep getting rid of women when they get a certain age and trading them out. But Walter says he's ready for a woman he can be committed to and can be committed to him. So I think that Walter's decision was made for him after Mewman backed out. I already talked about the way that Mewman backed out, so I won't rehash that. But it looks like the two of them maybe are going to make it to the end. Do I see the two of them making it long term? I do not think so. I don't believe Walter really wants children either. I don't know why, but something is just telling me I don't know. I don't really think he does. I'm just having a hard time believing him. Because it's like it came up once or twice and then never came up again. But the main thing is I don't want Sabrina to lose that confidence that she has had in herself. And I love the fact that she was able to admit she doesn't always choose the best guys. And so she's nervous. So that's understandable from her. But I would love to see these two make a go at it. I don't know if I believe that it's going to be long term for them. But I've been wrong before. So we shall see. Okay, next, Dante and Aisha. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I wasn't paying close attention to their scenes like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But Dante does mention the three mothers. He does say that two of them he used the term remarried. I don't know if that means he was married to them. I don't think so. I just think I think he meant two of them are married now, because I don't think they've been married, but I don't know that. Dante understands that him having 3 children with 3 women is a red flag to a lot of people. But some people won't see it as that. They will just see it as part of his past. And that's just kind of what it is. There's been a lot of debate about Dante and Aisha and if they're a good match. When it comes to the children part, they are a good match because I know Aisha doesn't want to go through another pregnancy and Dante has his 3, so they could be good in that regard. When it comes to navigating the different interpersonal relationships, that really just remains to be seen. And that is up to the two of them if they want to embark on that kind of situation. I can understand why a person with no children would not want to embark upon that, because it is, it's a lot. It's a lot. You're dealing with three little personalities, well, three younger personalities. I don't know how old the ranges of the children are. But then you're dealing with three women, and whether or not they are over you, those are still personalities that also will come into play in how to blend this family. So yeah, those are always things that have to be thought about once children come into the picture. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope that Dante again does really like Aisha. He says he does, and he doesn't see her as a right now person. I think Aisha's mom was a little nervous. She wants to know that somebody is just not going to mess over her daughter, just like we all would mess over our daughters, mess over our sons. And so she wants to know, just given, maybe his past relationships, is this something that, is this a seasonal thing for him, or is this a long-term thing for him? And he says he sees Aisha as something long-term. Do I see the two of them making it? I don't really know, y'all. I don't really know. But regardless of what happens between the two of them, I do see, just given Aisha's personality, them being really, really good friends if it does not work out between the two of them, because she just seems like that type that's able to navigate and do that. What did you guys think about the whole Dante thing? Just let me know your thoughts. Okay, and lastly, get into the meat and potatoes, which I really want to talk about. Some of y'all probably fast forwarded to the end so that you can hear me talk about Shiloh and Dante Phil. For the new ones, I call him Dante Phil because he looks like Dante from South Carolina. So I know that's what you guys really want to hear me talk about, and so we will talk about it. I have a lot of thoughts about this situation. I'm going to try to compartmentalize them so that I'm clear about what I'm saying, and I just pray I don't start rambling. So let me try. I think Shiloh was hurt. I think that Shiloh put her cards on the table. She thought that those cards were going to be reciprocated. They were not. It's not that I don't think Dante Phil liked Shiloh at all. Now it might be totally different. I do think he was still somewhat interested, and he was going to keep trying to play it out until the end. But now he probably is not. But I think that Shiloh wanted the same reciprocation that she was giving, because she had chosen, and she thought that Phil was in a position to choose her as well. And that's just not where we are. He does have interest in Sydney. Sydney is good at the art of the chase. She has understood that. She knows the assignment. Sydney has said she's used to dating athletes. So really, this show is light work for Sydney. I'm just being honest. This is light work for her. Men going after her is something that she is probably used to. She said that Dante Phil wasn't even paying her any mind. And so that intrigued her. And now that Dante Phil is paying her some mind, I have a feeling that Sydney I personally think she wanted to just see if he was going to be interested. And she might like him, but I just think she wanted to see if eyes was going to be on her. Like I said, I think this is all light work for her, but that remains to be seen. We ain't talking about her right now. Back to Dante Phil and Shiloh. But yeah, he was interested in her. And I think that Shiloh was hurt that she was not receiving. She was receiving an answer. But it wasn't the answer she wanted, and it wasn't in the way that she wanted the answers either, because she recognizes that in not receiving an answer, that actually was her answer. She just doesn't like it. And I do understand that, not even on a rejection point, but you guys know I talk about all the time that I just wish people were better at having conversations. There are some people who are not good at rejection, but there are also people who are not good at having direct conversations. For whatever reason, it could be because you don't want to hurt feelings. It could be because you don't want to be seen as a bad person. It could be for a number of reasons. But like I said, I think at a certain point, at a certain age, I just think it has to be done. I've had to have direct conversations before about incompatibility, or maybe it's something that I wasn't ready for. It's been a number of conversations I've had to have. Haven't always gone well. I've had tears before. I've been cussed out before. I've been told I didn't really like you like that. Anyway, I've been told all kinds of things. But I've always been able to say that I never, not never, because this is something I had to learn, but I've been able to rest in knowing that I I gave the answers, right? And whatever reaction I got from it was the reaction, but I did give the answers. So yeah, I just, this is a very, I hated the situation. So back to Shiloh being hurt about that. I think that she was dealing not only with the fact that she was felt like she was being rejected by Phil, but also dealing with the fact that she just wanted him to say it. Like, just say it. Just say it. And he wasn't just outright saying it. And I think that was pissing her off too. Add that with the alcohol. Add that with the fact she decides to get space. Add that with the fact she decides to go down this dark alley. Phil is a man. Phil handles, men think about situations differently than we do. They don't. I used to notice this in my previous relationship. They are more solvers than we are. Let's talk it out. Let's feel it out. They're more like, let's solve the problem. Phil solved the problem was to pick her up and take her out of that alley, even though Shiloh said that she was continuously telling him, don't touch me. Don't come over here. Don't get in my space, because she has dealt with some trauma surrounding that, and she does not appreciate a man touching her in that way. And while I do get that, she continuously says that she knows Phil was not trying to harm her. So I don't know. It makes me give her the side eye that she's continuing the narrative that she feels hurt, or she feels like it brought up her trauma, or she feels like it was making her feel some type of way, until we got to the end of the episode and she said she felt like Phil was trying to hurt her, but emotionally. And I was like, okay, all right, Shiloh, so you're going to have to separate the two. I know you weren't trying to hurt me physically, but I did feel hurt emotionally by you. I know it was not your intent, but I was hurt emotionally. And that's all I really want her to say. Like, I may not have handled this well. I know you weren't trying to hurt me. I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to put you in a position where I thought you were trying to hurt me. Just emotionally, though, I did feel very, very hurt. It makes it look like she wants to paint him in a different type of light, that she keeps continuing on talking about her trauma and somebody putting his hands on her. Like, I get talking about your trauma, but it is making him look a certain type of way. And I wanted her to stop doing that and just deal with the fact that she was hurt emotionally. I know that she is going to she is currently getting drugged, and that probably will continue. It's not that I don't get both sides of the situation, but I wanted her to stop that. I really did want her to stop saying that. Phil, as far as Dante Phil, my only issue with him has been the same issue it was the last 4 or 5 episodes. It's just, I just don't think he's good at having direct conversations. And that's very frustrating. And he has been doing it since the pool scenes. I know that this is probably my own projection coming out, but I already told you guys, I just believe in telling people what the issue is. And if you're not interested, saying you're not, you can give the reasons if there are reasons, or you can just say, I just don't think we'd be compatible long term. Just say it though, do not breadcrumb me. Do not breadcrumb a person. I don't know. I've seen people go down some really dark paths being breadcrumbed. So that's why I'm just like, just don't. But that is my only issue with him. As far as this situation, though, and him removing her from that alley, I didn't really have an issue with that. Because in his mind, he said that him picking her up is something that could be apologized for and handled. But something happening to her in that alley was something that maybe they couldn't come back from. So like I said, I totally get Phil's logic behind it. But I can compartmentalize the fact that I do not think he's good at having these direct conversations. Because, to be quite honest, he ain't even really told Sydney that he choosing her either. If anybody's noticed, he just basically was like, I'm leaning towards, but I'm still interested in meeting Shiloh's parents too. So I think he plans on, Dante Phil just planned on being here to the end, I think. So there's that. I hope I explained that right. If I didn't, I did the best that I could, but I did want Shiloh to stop that. What she was doing, I wanted her to stop and just admit that she was she was hurt, and I just wanted some direct answers from you. I don't know. I didn't go about it the best way. I shouldn't have ran off in that alley like that. But that was why I was hurt. I wanted direct answers from you, and I knew you weren't trying to physically hurt me. It just all went too far. That was really it, y'all. I mean, that's what happened on Ready to Love. Y'all can let me know your thoughts on the whole situation. You know, I'm tired of Ready to Love, you guys. I'm going to be honest. I'm tired of it. I was tired of it before this situation. I think I've been tired of it the last couple of seasons because, like I said, if you're not dating, then you probably just see this as entertainment. But if you are, a lot of the stuff is how it really goes. And it is not, it be having me in a bad headspace because I don't like to see people play around with folks' feelings. I don't like to see people say that they're ready for something and they're really not. I don't like to see people come on here with 10 million red flags, but want to call out other people's red flags. I don't know. I just am drained from it. I really would like for Ready to Love to come to the table with some revamps of some sort. It's just interesting to me that Love Goals gets completely taken off the air. And these are couples who actually wanted to make their relationships work. I thought Dr. Spirit was an amazing doctor, but that show gets canceled. And there's just more of this, you know, more of this. And it's the same way I feel also about Married at First Sight. I just think it just needs to be some revamping. It's too many people, and I know it's entertainment, so I need to take my philosophical thoughts out of it. I just think it's too many people approaching love with too many game plan mentalities or too many. They want the relationship to solve problems that they need to heal in themselves. Those are two things that I'm exhausted with. So anyway, you guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you thought about the episode. I'll see you for the next one. Bye. Whoops, sorry, not bye. I had one more thing to say. When they got to the end of the elimination process, I think the conversation had between Tommy, Shiloh, and Phil should have stayed between them. I don't think that should have been brought up during the elimination process because now it's got people again looking at Phil some type of way. And I know I could say the same thing about Zadia and the situation with Dante, but the difference is Tommy had already been brought in on this situation and they had already discussed it amongst each other. So I think it should have stayed there. I don't think it should have got brought up again in front of the other ladies at the elimination process. But that's just my opinion. And Sydney's going to do what she needs to do with that information and have a conversation with Dante Phil about it. And I think that Shiloh at this point maybe should just go ahead and self-eliminate. Because I think I do think she's not ready to admit that she's going too far with it yet. But I do think she's embarrassed. I do think she's embarrassed by the way that she acted. And I do think her feelings are really hurt. She just gonna keep riding with it though. But again, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.